Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, from her battles in the boardroom to the Kenya controversy, Vivica A. Fox sounds off on her Celebrity Apprentice exit from last night. And Wendy and one of her favorites, Dr. Phil, take your questions and tackle the hottest headlines. Plus, all of today's super juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
People. So good. How you doing? You need to ask? I'm doing fabulous. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. It's good. Thank you for coming to the show. Looking cute. I hope you're doing fabulous today as well. Hi. Okay. That Kanye rant about Beck shouldn't have won the Grammy. Well, first of all, shout out to all my Facebook friends and shout out to the studio audience that was here yesterday. Because the studio audience had no idea, if you watched the show, they had no idea who Beck was. I don't know who Beck is. I got, millions of Facebook people. Half of them knew who Beck was, the other half didn't. And this is what I say about music. Like, if I turn on Elvis Duran and it's not something that Elvis is playing, then I don't know what you're talking about, in a lot of cases. Or if it's not on a mixtape. And obviously, Beck is not mixtape-ish. So Kanye's getting tons of backlash for interrupting Beck at the Grammys. He was slammed. People were saying that because he said that Beck should give up his Album of the Year award to Beyonce. First of all, I'm not giving up nothing. People are saying that Kanye should apologize to Beck and the Grammys. Well, I think that what Kanye is doing is, first of all, he's putting too much weight in awards. How many people in this audience deserve an award but never got one? Me too! Does getting an award make you any less fabulous or more fabulous? No. No. It's just another damn thing to dust on our day off. I mean, awards are nice, but Kanye, what you're doing right now is you are acting like a child, which is just another day in Kanye's life. Apparently, this Beck has been around for 20 years. I don't know where I've been. But he's been around for 20 years. The Grammy committee, they're the ones who vote for who should win the Grammy. So in other words, Kanye, they will continue to nominate you because they like your crazy behind in the audience. But it'll be probably a cold day before you ever win another Grammy. Like, really? And people say Kanye's a musical genius. I think that there's a wall that you hit with genius, and once you get to the other side of the wall, it's... Exactly. Ticky, ticky, boom, boom. And that's you, Kanye. You're very entertaining, and you know what? I'm kind of over covering Kanye rants. I mean, I do it now because I know you guys want to know, but I'm over it. He's the one person that I can think of off the top of my head that I just give him a pass. Anything that comes out of his mouth, it's not even stunning or surprising anymore. It's certifiable-ish. And Beyonce's Beehives. Listen, first of all, let me just say, Beyonce had 17 Grammys before Sunday night. She picked up 3 that night. Now she's got 20 Grammys. Beyonce is doing just fine without Beck's Grammy or your mouth, Kanye. Number 1. And number 2, I will remind you again that awards don't mean a lot. We all thought Tom Cruise had an Oscar. He's never gotten an Oscar. No. If I never get a daytime Emmy, it would not make me any less of a host to you, would it? Listen. Don't worry, daytime Emmy people, I'm not holding my breath. Look, Esperanza Spalding, remember her? Where's she at? First of all, I didn't know her before she picked up Best New Artist in 2011, and I haven't heard from her since, and I still don't know what music she does. Do you know who that is? No. Do you remember when she won? No. Do you remember saying, who is this? Yes. Hello, Kanye. And by the way, the woman with the most Grammys in all of Grammy history, do you know who it is? No. Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. Alison Krauss. 27 Grammys and we still don't know who she is. I mean, I know who she is. I know who she is because I went to a little an event. Kenny Rogers and Dolly and Allison was there and I met her, but I did not know. Hi, Allison. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I only thought that you were a singer up there in the Foxwoods. I didn't know that you're the most Grammy'd woman ever. Look, I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just here to state my case and then go back to Jersey. That's it. And you know the Beehives are on the swarm. Because Beyonce's super fans. They feel that Beyonce should have gotten that Grammy, and they're also saying, who is Beck? Relax, Beehives. I would imagine the average age of a Beehive is probably about 19. No older than 21. Higher than that? Wow. Well, listen. The Beehives have started a petition. This is what I'm saying. To strip Beck of his Grammy. No, it gets worse. The Beehives hacked Beck's Wikipedia page and changed some of his things. They called him a stealer and a thief from hell. That's why I was assuming the average age is 19, because most of us have a job and have bills to pay. We don't have time. Okay? Most of us don't have time in the day to figure out who Beck is or do a hackalation on a page and swarm at people. Beyonce, I think that you should stay out of this. I mean, in our Hot Topics meeting this morning, there were a bunch of my producers who were saying, you, Beyonce, have an obligation to talk to your Beehive and tell them, call them back to the hive. But that's not my thought, because it has been known that the bees sometimes turn on their queen. So you don't want the hive swarming on you, Beyonce. So I say, shh, but I've rigged something. I think that you should probably do this. Go on social media and just type something in that Beck deserved to win. I'm proud of my 20 Grammys. Exclamation, sideways smiley face. That's it. And Iggy Azalea, everybody thinks this is your fault but me. The following story. I hate this dress. And you know what it is? And I know it's Armani Privé, but let me just say, what is going on down here? Like, if you're gonna wear illusion mesh, do you wanna show an illusion of your ankle, or do you want, you know what I mean? And also, I don't like the shoulder cutouts. I think that it should just be that one thick strap and a little rib cage mesh. And then the gown should go all the way to the bottom and then train. I love a train, you know, and then train out. All right, so Iggy, and the hair too, just wrong. But I like her. But I like her. I don't know her, but I like her. So here she is at home, minding her own business. You know, she and her boyfriend Nick, they just bought this new $5 million mansion. She decides to order herself a pizza, plain, no anchovies or anything. As a foodie, these things are important to me. The delivery guy showed up, gave her the pizza. Turns out Iggy made the call for the pizza from her cell phone, so now the delivery guy has her cell phone number, decides to give it to his friends and family. So look at this, right? She gets a text. Hello, is this Iggy Azalea? My brother delivered a pizza to you and he gave me your number on Friday night. I'm your #1 fan. Call me back, please. Is this you? Please answer. You are my idol. Now you might say, well, why didn't she use her house phone? Because she doesn't have children. Only we with children have a house phone, is that correct? And the second he's out of the house, I'm getting that bill cut. The house phone is for my son's school and for the snow patrol to call and tell us 2-hour delayed opening. Which, by the way, we had this morning, but there was no snow. They said something about ice, only I wasn't slipping and sliding. But anyway, look. So she calls from her cell phone thinking she's dealing with mature people. I've done that before. I mean, you know, I make phone calls and just expect people to respect privacy. So Iggy, I don't blame this on you, but everybody in my meeting, they were like, well, why doesn't she have a burner phone? Why doesn't she? Because she's just walking around the house in a pair of shorts and a cutoff shirt and probably no bra. You know the way we do around the house. And she says, I'm hungry, and orders a pizza, that's all. I don't think that this is your fault. But what I would do, I would put on some sweatpants and a bra and a wig. And I would march to my car and I would start it with aggression and I would drive red-faced to that pizza spot. And I would get out of that car. Really. I would pick that boy out in the lineup and I would let the manager know what he's done. And I'd talk loud so everybody in the place would be scared. They'd be like, isn't that Wendy? It looks like her, but she's always so happy on the TV. Look, and then I would inform my whole community because I think that, and I've gotten a sense of community now, you know, that I'm older. I mean, there was a time where, you know, you don't talk to anybody on your floor in the apartment, you know, you don't care. You let the toilet run because you're renting or whatever. But, you know, once you're having children, there is a sense of community that I've grown into, and I really do. Shout out to everybody in my community. Let me tell you something. I would be in the grocery stores letting people know that this pizza place is not the place to trust. They hire faulty drivers. When I go pick up my thyroid pills at the pharmacy, you know how there's always people waiting for their medication? I'd be holding court with those people in those stiff chairs. Yup, don't use that pizza spot. They will violate your privacy. Yes, Iggy, that's all. And things have gone from bad to worse for Brian Williams at NBC News. Well, as we all know, somebody suggested that he should grow a beard and go into hiding. Look, And I said no, because the beard would go off to the side. He has an off to the side chin when he smiles. Hi, Brian. Still a very handsome man, but I'm just saying, you know, like when you grow up. I got a good night's sleep last night. So Brian temporarily took himself off the air after making those false claims. Well, as well he should have, but I've had like 72 hours to think about this. And here's what I'm thinking. At first, you know, I was the one leading the charge in here, talking about they need to fire him. He's a newsman, he's got to be credible. If he told me the sky was blue, I'd have to walk to the window and see for myself. I would not believe him. But then hearkening back to some of the things that I've shared with you, which are, if celebrities just lay low for a beat of time, we all forget everything. Because we're so involved in our lives trying to pay bills and, you know, vote, beat our kids, or whatever you do, you know? So I'm thinking, if he stays off the air for 45 days or the first day of spring, whichever comes first, he can go back on that show. And he might not be the #1 newsman anymore, because some of us will remember when we watch him, but there's nothing wrong with being #2. Well, listen, so Brian, the fill-in for him last night was Lester Holt. Now, you know, Lester's a tall drink of water. If you've never met him, he's like 6'3". And he's been on our show before. But he's a friend. He's like a big brother in my head or something, because I watch him on the ID channel. He does that show he does a show on the ID channel. So Lester filled in for. He went to George Washington. Where did he go? California.
California State
University.
State.
He's a newsman. He started out in Chicago. Shout out to everybody in Chi. You remember Lester from back in the beginning? He's a nice representation of my people. And so he replaced Brian last night and got to shading immediately. Take a look.
We want to take just a moment to tell you where Brian is tonight. In a message to his colleagues over the weekend, Brian told us he's taking several days off this broadcast amid questions over how he recalled certain stories he covered. In a career spent covering the news, Brian told us it's clear he's become too much a part of the news. He'll be off while this issue is dealt with.
Sidebar, because you know I love a good poll. People in the audience, look, who'd you rather clap for Brian? Who'd you rather clap for Lester? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shots fired. It's about to go down. Keep clapping, everybody. We've got more fabulous show for you. Donald Trump just fired her last night on Celebrity Apprentice. The lovely Vivica A is here. But up next, Dr. Phil's gonna join us, and we're gonna talk about some recent hot topics, like Bruce Jenner transitioning and Sherry Shepherd's surrogate drama, so don't go away. It's a slam dunk. All new Wendy. Baller, humanitarian, legend. Magic Johnson. And look yummier than a box of chocolate. Essence magazine shows us the best looks to heat up your Valentine's date. So good.
Tomorrow on an all-new Wendy.
Stops by. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's got a brand new book called The 2020 Diet. He also happens to be the host of a little show called The Dr. Phil Show, which is in its 13th season and fabulous. Take a look.
You decided that you needed to post stuff that I'm a meth smoker on Facebook. Look, I was hurt.
From what? From what you
From being bullied,
From your
Shayna.
job, because you
From being
started
bullied.
it.
No, I didn't. You harassed me for a year.
Because
Last
you
year,
told me
September
my son deserved to
2013,
die.
3 or 5
It
years
doesn't
ago.
matter if it was 10
she didn't have an abortion either.
All right.
Maybe she should have. Then we wouldn't be here.
You're like your own Dr. Phil.
Don't get so self-righteous and sanctimonious, because let me tell you, you're doing the same thing she's doing.
Please welcome our friend, Dr. Phil.
This is me, huh?
You look terrific.
Yeah, you look pretty good yourself.
Yeah, but no, listen. How much weight have you lost?
Not any since I saw you last.
Yeah?
You just got skinnier eyes.
Oh. Congratulations. You've done over 2,000 episodes, 13th season. Yeah.
And you have just crossed 1,000.
Yeah.
So,
I want to be where you are when I grow up.
You will be. Trust me. You are rolling down the track.
Thank
Come on.
you.
Seriously, 1,000 shows is nothing to scoff at. That's huge.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. And I am a fan. Dr. Phil, let's talk hot topics. According to People magazine, we all know that Bruce Jenner is transitioning to become a woman. How does that change the dynamics of the family?
Fair amount.
Talk to us, Dr. Phil.
Fair amount. I mean, clearly it changes. And listen, if this is where his heart is this where he believes he needs to be, then, you know, more power to him if that's what he feels like he needs to do. But clearly it upsets the dynamic of the family because he's had this role as a husband and as a father. That doesn't mean he can't continue to be the role as a parent. He certainly can, but it changes, of course, the dynamic of the marriage, and it changes.
Well, the marriage is over. You don't read magazines? The marriage is over.
Well,
she's got a new boyfriend. He's black.
Well, I understand that, but it changes that whole dynamic
Yes.
of co-parenting. It changes everything about how you divide the labor
Yes.
of taking care of this family going forward. Because even though the marriage is over, there's still a historical marriage, and there's still this family
Yes.
that they have to manage.
I want to ask you from a woman's perspective, from the wife's perspective, how is transitioning affecting, does it affect a wife's self-esteem? And I'm not necessarily talking about Chris, because she's not the only one going through this right now, and I could not imagine, I would need therapy every day.
Well, listen, and I totally understand that, and it's so easy for me to say this and would be so hard to do. But it has nothing to do with the wife. It has absolutely nothing to do with your quality as a wife. It has nothing to do with your femininity or your ability.
Because that's what I'd be wondering as the woman, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, if I was a better wife, then
Yes.
he wouldn't do this. It has nothing to do with you. This comes from the inside out, not the outside in. And so what you're saying is don't personalize this. And one would say, how would I not? He doesn't want me. He wants to go do this. It's so easy to say that, but it's not about you.
Okay. Sherry Shepherd is in the news. I love having you here with your opinion on these things, because it's like a clinical hot topics with Dr. Phil. Sherry Shepherd is in the news. She does not want any involvement in their new, well, the baby is now here, a little boy, by a surrogate. There was also an egg donor, so Sherry is not biologically connected to this child. The marriage is dissolved, and Lamar, her soon-to-be ex-husband, and the surrogate are now fully responsible for this, this little baby. Sherry has backed out of everything. What advice would you give Sherry, and what advice would you give the surrogate?
Well, look, here's the, you know, I spent a lot of time in my professional career as a litigation consultant. You know, that's how I met Oprah, actually, as I was helping her in the mad cow case up in Amarillo. And there was always a test I used called the but-for test. You know, put all the legal mumbo-jumbo aside, but for. If you want to know who's responsible for something, just say, but for you doing this, would that have happened? But for you turning the corner in that car, would this accident have happened? If the answer is no, then you're the first link in the chain. And here's the deal. Who started this child's life? Who started this process? Did Lamar and Sherry start this?
Yes.
Did they get together and make a decision and start this.
Yes.
But for them coming together and deciding to initiate this sequence of events, would this child's life be in process?
No.
Then you cannot walk away from it.
Sherry, you got to do the right thing, Sherry. Okay. Congratulations on your new book.
How about that?
The 2020 Diet. It's a New York Times bestseller. When I think of Dr. Phil, I don't think of weight loss. Only I remember you had another bestseller with weight 10 years ago.
I wrote 10 years ago about this. I waited 10 years to write because I didn't think there was enough new to say about this for 10 years. And I wrote this on the 10-year anniversary of the other book. And everything in the other book is still in this book.
Oh, okay.
And I talk in here about 20 foods for 20 days. Now, let me tell you something. You're not going to open this book and find miracle this, miracle that. That ain't the deal.
Can you give me a couple of those foods just so I can see if I like them?
Here's the thing. Yes. Almonds, walnuts, yogurt, peanut butter.
Okay.
Okay, there are things in here, real foods that real people eat. A lot of the importance here is the combination of how you put these things together and when you eat these things. And also teach in here, we did a national survey to figure out why diets fail. We came up with the 7 reasons why diets fail, and all 7 of them are addressed in here. And people are losing weight like crazy on this diet. It is amazing.
Wow. Up next, everybody, we're going to go into the audience for a special edition of Ask Wendy and Dr. Phil. Don't miss it. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy and Dr. Phil. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dr. Phil. How you doing?
How can we help?
My name is Yael, and I'm out there in the dating scene again. And it seems that every time I go into a date, within the first 5 minutes, men bring up a sexual innuendo of some kind. And then feel that because they take me to dinner and drinks, that entitles them to have sex. So how should I respond to them when they make these comments and let them know that this is not what I'm looking for?
Well, how do you respond?
I look at them and say, no.
Well,
basically, I let them know that this is not what I'm looking for. If that's what you're looking for, then I'm not the person for you.
Well, how's that working for you? Is that...
well, no, I'm still single, but, you know...
Well, I mean, is that working for you? Is that shutting it down okay?
Sometimes, but sometimes the guys, I guess, they still feel they're like, well, you know, I took you to dinner, I took you to drinks, and
who are these guys? We're of a particular age. You're dating boys.
No, these are men. Seriously, that's why I'm asking you for your help, because these men are. It's gone to the point to where I'm so sick of dating.
You're not sending signals. What's going on, Dr. Phil? You're the guest. You go first.
Well, I mean, where are you meeting these guys? Seriously.
I'm Jewish, so it's like from people in my community, or on like Tinder, or J-Date, or Match.com, different places like that. Also, sometimes with friends.
I mean,
listen, it's not easy. You know?
Okay.
Wait, you don't like
you
don't like internet dating?
No, internet dating is okay, but a few of those sites you ran by are a little they're a little shadier than other sites. I mean, listen, if you're meeting these people on those sites, you have an exchange of information ahead of time, right?
Right, but they're never what they put, and they.
You can be who you put, and you can put there up front and just say, "Here's the deal. If you're trying to get laid for a cheeseburger, I'm not the girl."
And also, so if they put these innuendos out there before dinner, then why don't you just make it your habit to leave the date within the first, like, you know what, grow up, I'm out of here.
Just walk your ass out of there.
Walk out, okay? Good luck, it's hard out there. Sometimes it's easier, though, to meet live men. But stay on the internet, but all right, have a seat. Good luck with everything. We have one more question.
Hi, Wendy and Dr. Phil. How you doing? I'm Aretha. I'm 52 years old, and I was a size 4. Now I'm kind of slipping into an 8. I gained about 10 pounds, and I've been wondering, Dr. Phil, I've tried everything. Should I try lipo, Dr. Phil?
Oh, hell no. No. First off, you look terrific.
Oh, thank you.
You absolutely look terrific. And listen, at 52, your constitution is changing, and you're not gonna weigh what you did when you were 15.
This is true.
I weigh about what I did when I played football in college, but it's arranged a lot differently.
Amen. Amen.
Seriously.
Amen.
Everything's a little closer to the sidewalk, and it's just everything's a little bit different. So you just don't be judgmental of yourself. If you don't like your composition, you don't like your body fat, then you can make some changes in your diet and that sort of thing. But you really don't want to hold yourself to a standard that's not realistic. You need an ideal body weight, and that means realistic for your age. And really, you look terrific.
You do look terrific. But this is what I will also add to that, because you know I don't mind a little liposuction.
Right,
but you don't get liposuction to lose 10 pounds.
That's
what you
why
do
I
is
said,
you pick up Dr. Phil's book, you watch what you eat. I know that the metabolism has come to a screeching halt, but don't pay money to lose 10 pounds.
Seriously, there are 3 phases to the 20/20 diet. There's 20 foods for 20 days. You go through those 3 phases, and if you will do what's there, I'll promise you, you will not be hungry, and those 10 pounds will be gone.
And stay in touch with our show. Yes. You're going to get the book. Dr. Phil, thank you so much for being here. You're one of my faves. So smart. His new book, everybody, is called The 20/20 Diet. It's in stores now, and everyone in our studio audience is going home with a copy. Be sure you watch our man, Dr. Phil. He airs weekdays. Check your local listing, and we'll be right back. Bringing you the sweetest hot topics. They're totally delicious and no calories. And I've got the perfect date, the hysterical Martin Short. Plus, get romantic meal ideas. Who doesn't love breakfast in bed?
Thursday on an all-new Wendy.
How you doing? I had the most magical time at Walt Disney World Resort, and you can too. From thrills and chills to spa time, tea time, and me time. There's something for everyone. Watch the show weekdays through February 26th. Look for the word of the day. Then go to wendyshow.com and enter for your chance to win a Walt Disney World vacation from me. Our next guest was taken on a roller coaster ride of emotions this season on Celebrity Apprentice. Last night, it all came to an end. Take a look.
Do you think I should keep Lisa over you?
To be your next apprentice, Mr. Trump?
Yes.
Yes. I've done good, and I've won some tasks for my charity, and she's a good woman.
You're an amazing competitor.
I would be okay with that.
Vivica, you're fired.
But her loss is our gain. She's here. Say hello to Vivica. Wow. Are you leaving town after this, or are you staying for NBA All-Star Weekend?
You know, I don't do that anymore, okay? Right. No.
Oh, no, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But first things first.
No, I'm here for you, and I'm here to just enjoy Apprentice, the ending of it, and it ended just the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, you know, why'd you give up?
Well, I gave up for the simple fact that I knew that the last task was going to be a fundraising task. And I had watched Geraldo and Lisa Gibbons bring in some big checks. And I was good. I had raised $50,000 for Best Buddies, which is a charity. That was the reason we were there.
Right.
That was supposed to be one of the main reasons that we were there. So I had one project manager. I had survived Kenya Gate. And...
Getting back to raising money, did you find that you have to have a war chest full of wealthy friends to call?
Absolutely. I mean, the first project that we had, Geraldo Rivera brought in $120,000 on his own. And so, first of all, there was a massacre in the boardroom, and then we came back in, and I was like, wow, we fired the whole team?
Yes.
You know? Dang. Yes. And I kind of had a feeling where we were going to go.
Yes.
And I'm a realist. And I was like, y'all can have this. I'm good.
Had you been a fan of the show prior? Did you know what you were walking into when you signed up for the show?
Well, Wendy, actually, a couple of times they had asked me to do the show, and I just, at the time, had no desire.
Yes.
The reason why I decided to do Celebrity Apprentice was that I wanted to take myself out of my comfort zone to show you guys that I'm a good businesswoman.
Yes.
That I didn't need the manager, the agent, the publicist, everyone, that I could get in there, do the work, and that's why I decided to do it.
It was very entertaining. I'm a fan of the show. It was very entertaining.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it wasn't just entertaining watching you guys raise money. It was very entertaining watching how they raised money. And,
Yes.
and Kanye Gate.
Yes.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, baby. Let's go there. Why not? Why not?
At what point did you realize that she stole your phone?
So first of all, you guys, I want to answer a couple things for you guys. Okay. A lot of people are saying, how did she get her phone and get into her phone? I'm used to being around people that I can trust. So I didn't have a lock on my phone. I didn't. I had just gotten my phone, and, you know, I'm used to handing my phone to the assistant, to the makeup artist, to whoever, and saying, call such and such, return. I got legitimate things going on, okay? And so when I set my phone down, they rushed me out to go do an interview, and when I came back, it was gone. We tore up that room looking for my phone. And guess who was the one person that had their back turned and didn't bother to help?
Okay, so do you have a lock on your phone now?
I do now. I do now. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do. So it was a lesson learned for me. It really was.
Yes.
Yes.
And by the way, I didn't find it shady at all, what she said. It's the violation. Because you and I were both, you know, when you're in our age group, we go through things.
Things. And you push through.
Yes.
You
The
push
private
through,
summers,
honey.
the menopause.
Right. Push through.
Yes. Yes. And I like Kenya. But I also like you. No, but I'm you know, Kenya is only 7 years younger than us.
Right.
So like I told her, you're on your way.
Yes, it's going to happen to you too, boo. So, you know. But for me, it made me take better care of myself, work out, drink more water.
Menopause.
Yes, absolutely. You just push through. It happens.
My people upstairs at the green room said that you must be going through something right now. You made it cold as heck. They're walking around with
You better
walkers.
believe it. But wait a minute, honey, your stage is cold too. So, you know.
We talk about that. Better believe it.
Right.
Okay.
It's life.
It is life.
It is life. And I never made excuses for it. Not one time.
Yeah.
Not one time did I ever make excuses for anything. I'm a realist. You know?
You've always been.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Kenya talking about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And she made a reference to Maleficent.
Right.
And I personally, because I'm a fan of the show, do you think that she crossed the line with the plastic surgery remarks?
I just need to say this. If this reminds you of Maleficent, it made $700 million worldwide. Starring Angelina Jolie, who is married to Brad Pitt. So, thanks for the comparison, boo. I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's move off Celebrity Apprentice
Okay.
unless there's something else you want to talk. Oh, by the way, I had no idea Geraldo was so mean and controlling.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Geraldo.
I watched him open 3 safes and there was no body years ago. But that was about the craziest that he got. You know the truth.
Yes, I do.
But who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win?
Without a doubt, Lisa Gibbons.
Okay.
Yeah. But just so you know, I have huge respect for both of them. They both played very well. And
Yes.
together, they brought in close to $500,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So kudos.
So now let's talk about the boys.
Oh, what boys?
Are you still dating young, or are we dating in our same age group, or are you dating older?
I'm very happily single right now. I'm pretty good with me.
Yeah.
But I'm at least trying to get them a little bit older.
A little bit older.
Right.
So what's the magic number? Like 40?
Yeah. Let's try 40.
That's nice.
Let's try. We can try that.
Well, based on all this, you can still snatch a 22 if you want to.
Well.
Vivica A, everybody. And make sure you watch the finale of Celebrity Apprentice. It's Monday nights at 8 o'clock on NBC. Celebrity Said What is next? make your feed a little more fabulous. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for hot topic updates, candid pictures, and of course, behind-the-scenes dish. Get in on the conversation today. Celebrities sometimes say the craziest things, so I'm going to read a quote to my audience member right here. This game is called Celebrity Said What? Who are you? Where are you from?
I'm Cherry from Montreal, Canada.
Perfect, Cherry. Thanks for coming to our show.
Thank you. How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh my God. I was practicing.
Look, don't help her. I know you see the answer behind me. Okay, what celebrity said this? I'm going to give you choices.
Okay.
It's stressful enough being tied to a bed naked in a scene, but then they call cut, and you're still tied to the bed naked. Joe Manganiello, Dakota Johnson, Jennifer Lopez.
Oof, I think it's Dakota.
Yes! Yay, Cherry! Oh my God! You'll enjoy sushi at Koi here in New York.
Oh my God!
On the house.
Thank you.
And don't forget, 50 Shades of Grey hits theaters on Friday. Eye candy is next. How you doing? Now's your chance to win a Walt Disney World vacation from me. Go to wendyshow.com through March 1st to enter, and the word of the day is...
Beach.
You know, there's so much eye candy in this audience, it's difficult to decide, but I only have one legendary diva fan, so drum roll, please. Today's audience eye candy winner is Alexandra Jackson. Now, you know, it's simple and cute, and so are you. Come out here so your fans can see you. All right, so tell us about your outfit.
Well, I'm wearing this cobalt blue top for only $15. I'm wearing this peplum pleather skirt for only $23. And then I'm wearing the booties for only $25. Everything on sale.
And your hair is beautiful. What are you, a student?
Thank you. Yes,
Well,
yes.
thanks for coming to the Miss Wendy show. We'll be right back. Stupid show! Ridiculous! Look, I want to thank Dr. Phil. Your advice and conversation is so insightful. Vivica, you look beautiful and you're smart as a whip. My co-host, my studio audience, you are fantastic. Tomorrow, here on the show, Irvin Magic Johnson. Plus, we're going to show you some fabulous outfits for Valentine's Day. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.